Hi Scorpio, welcome. So Scorpio, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it's a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And my readings are timeless, so I just trust that when this finds you, it's for you. So Scorpio, let's go ahead and get started and see what we have going on for you. Overall energy is the semi-sextile of allowing and Virgo. Virgo could be in your chart, or you could be dealing with someone who has Virgo in their chart, and or it's just simply the influencing vibes. But what this is talking about, which I think this is interesting that I got this card because I just got it in Gemini's reading as well. If you're dealing with Gemini, check that one out. But this is talking about encouraging you to see the potentials, that this is a growth cycle, that good things are coming to you, Scorpio. So if you've been in this space of maybe being a little bit of on the more pessimist side, on the more negative side, this is an encouragement to go towards your light, to go towards your positive. Because sometimes this card can denote like a very hypercritical energy. And for some reason, they keep giving me the word arrogant. I'm not saying you are, but there seems to be, take it or leave it. That could be something you're experiencing, or how someone is being towards you, especially if you're dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini, but take it or leave it. But yeah, it's a bit of a critical energy. But at the same time, it's very discerning. It's a very dutiful, like realism type of energy here. So let's see what you have coming in as your crowning energy. You have the Sun, Leo energy for some of you. Person you're connecting with is the King of Swords, air energy. So this is about being more optimistic, Scorpio, about leaving that over-analytical, hypercritical part of yourself to the side and just kind of like allowing yourself to be in the moment, allowing yourself to enjoy whatever's unfolding for you in this partnership or in your life right now, just in general. This person is in a little bit of a colder energy than you. It's all about decision making. They're coming from a place of reasoning, of logic, but not necessarily from an emotional or heart space. So I feel like there's some sort of bridging of the gap needed here between you and whoever you're connecting with. So let's get into it and see. We're going to go into the recent past and see what led up to the now. We're going to look at how you perceive each other and how you both feel underneath it all. And then we're going to look at most likely future outcomes here for you. Scorpio, recent past energy for my Scorpios. So I don't know if this song is released on the radio. I've only ever seen it on TikTok, and I don't know the girl's name. But she says, "I'm a god. I obliterate you from my heart. I'll make me hate you. Obliterate you." So, wow, it's a very extreme song. If you're familiar with it or you know the artist's name, please put it in the comments below. Take it or leave it. Very Scorpio-like song, though, I feel. So, Six of Pentacles, the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful energy showing up here. Recent past. Give me one more card. So, I feel like if something was bothering you from the past, you've kind of obliterated it out of your heart, right? Like you've eclipsed something out of your experience, which is, like I said, very Scorpio-like. And because Scorpio, you're a sign of extremes, right? You feel everything extremely, but you do also tend to be very black and white. So, and being as I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart and my Mars, I can relate to this. So it's like feeling something intensely and then deciding I'm just going to obliterate that from my energy, and then like almost like poof, it's gone. I feel like this is something you've done in the past. May or may not be related to the connection, but take it as it resonates. So yeah, I feel like also, you know, a lot of you have been more in the space of focusing on yourself, focusing on your happiness, what you're committed to, also, you know, trying to get ahead of your mood cycles, right? Sometimes this can be a very moody energy, but it's also a very independent type of energy. So you have the card of commitment here, but it's more so of committing to self. At least that's what's been leading up into the now. Doing work on yourself, finding things that make you happy, working on things that feel productive or are prosperous for you. And that kind of pulling you back into this space of alignment, Scorpio, that's ultimately giving you quite a bit of power. Because in that song, she says, I'm a god. You know, and we're all source energy in a human body, so that's technically true. But you know, when you feel like really, really in your power, it really does feel like you are creating worlds. You know, I don't know if you've ever been in that space of alignment where you just feel connected, powerful, and that's kind of what I feel coming through. So, person you're connecting with is the Three of Pentacles. Oh, goodness. The Ace of Pentacles. I'm not going to take all of these. Hold on a second, Scorpio. It's funny that I said obliterate you, and then my cards, like, go everywhere. My nose is itchy. Alright, let's try that again. Recent past energy for the person Scorpio is dealing with. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles. So there's some sort of fear of being alone here, all right? Like, I feel like this person is, they like to be surrounded, right, by people or with this connection, and they like the idea of commitment, but yet there is like a fear of abandonment or a fear of being alone, which may actually make this person shy away from fully committing themselves, right? Especially if you're dealing with the masculine. If you're the masculine Scorpio, that may actually resonate more with you, but take it as it hits you. But it's just a sense of like this person being willing to like give their time and energy to things that they feel are productive or that will give back to them. But they have a fear of like not getting in return what they give, and that could be from past experience with you, Scorpio, or it could be in prior relationships that they felt that, but it's still active in their vibration and tends to make them a little bit more shut off than they typically would be. So let's go into how you're viewing each other in the now energy, Scorpio. Five of Pentacles. That's funny because I ended on the Five of Pentacles for them, and then yours starts on the Five of Pentacles. So you're aware of this, right? Like, you're aware of this person's issues or their fears. They may have communicated that to you, or you're just very familiar with them, so you know. And the Four of Swords. But I feel like you don't really speak about this. You're at peace with it. Like, I don't feel like it bothers you or worries you, Scorpio. Maybe because relatable, you know. And then at the same time, like, it does confuse you sometimes because I feel like maybe it makes this person hard to read, Scorpio, and they could also, by the way, be finding you hard to read at times, especially when you're quiet. There's something about like a quietness here. Like when you're quiet, it kind of confuses the situation, or maybe confuses this person, or vice versa. It just leaves a lot of like space for making assumptions. And you know what they say about assuming? It makes an ass of you and me. So be careful with assumptions when it comes to this person, or assuming things, okay, Scorpio. So it's like there's an awareness here, but don't let that awareness become an assumption, right? If that makes any sense to you. And some of you have also kind of had to heal your own like abandonment issues. And sometimes it does play itself into your current energy and makes things a little bit more confusing than it needs to be. And as I say that, you end on the Seven of Cups. What the heck? They begin on the Seven of Cups. So that's twice where like their story, they ended on the same card you began on. Very interesting. All right, so this person has the Seven of Cups in their energy, followed by the Wheel, the Sun, and the Tower. So, yeah, just like I was saying earlier, sometimes like when this person is down on their luck, they sometimes don't see things for how they really are. You know, maybe you want to put some rose-colored glasses on and see it as they want to see it, Scorpio, or maybe they want you to do that. It's kind of like look away from their mistakes, but I also got avoiding, an avoidance tactic or something of like avoidance. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. But this person is really desiring change and happiness in their life right now. And yet, you know, at times they feel down on their luck. They feel like they don't really know what the right choice is. It's like their mind is playing tricks on them almost, because in their heart of hearts, they know what it is that they're craving for, but then their mind has this way of like throwing up fearful thoughts or worrisome, you know, scenarios as to like how this could go wrong. And then it deviates their energy, and then they themselves become confused. That's the best way I could describe it, Scorpio. And then maybe that confuses you, you know. So let's go deeper and go into the emotional space underneath all of this for Scorpio. Are they feeling underneath it all? The Two of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. The Strength card. The High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. So, you feel very strongly towards the connection, I feel. Some of you feel like this is a soulmate. Because of the strength of the connection, you may have felt intuitively drawn to this person. May feel very like satisfied. Like when things are going really well, they're going like super well. I feel like you feel like this person is able to satisfy more than just one aspect of you, or more than just one desire. Like they are able to please you in many ways. Okay, so there's a lot to be satisfied about and grateful about for this connection, which is funny because there's that message about like but yeah, at times it being a bit confusing when it comes to the way that you think about it or the way they think. But in the heart of hearts, like, you know, there is no confusion, right? Your heart does not lie to you. So I feel a very strong connection here, a very strong bond with this person, something that you desire to work on or feel it is worth working on. And, you know, having the courage to kind of go towards what makes you feel good and what it is that you're genuinely wanting, Scorpio. So it seems that you've overcome some barriers or some fears here on your end. Let's see this person. The Emperor, the Hermit, the Death and Rebirth card. Well, that's your energy, Scorpio. King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So, so many faces, so many faces, so many faces. That's a song from NF. I don't know if like this person has a lot of different faces that they show you, but that came through. In their heart space, it's like there's a lot of strong emotion here as well, a lot of deep reflection. They feel very comfortable in your energy, Scorpio, and they kind of see you as like this bright or energetic or charismatic character. Like there's excitement around the connection. Again, especially if this is a masculine. If you're the masculine Scorpio, for some reason I feel like you're more so on this side. You may need to flip it, but yeah, I feel like they feel very strongly and they think a lot about the connection and how it's changed them and how they've changed and how life is changing. And yet there's this sense of comfort here and enjoyment. They enjoy your company, Scorpio, or they enjoy, you know, the light that you bring to their life. I feel like this person's kind of been through their own struggles here, but it's ultimately kind of made them a more well-rounded person or a stronger person, and they want to share that with you. So this is kind of a cut. This is probably the most cut and dry Scorpio reading I've ever done. Let's not talk too soon as the Three of Swords come out. Let's go into the future outcomes for you, Scorpio. Three of Swords, 10 of Wands. The Hermit. You have Virgo energy out 3 times. I cannot get away from that. Just saying. All right, the Hermit. King of Wands and the Devil. What in the heck? So you've done a lot of self-reflection too, Scorpio, on your own struggles, on your own heartache. It has also made you stronger, Scorpio, and definitely more aware of like what you'll tolerate. I feel like your like the level of what you would tolerate is significantly decreased, meaning like you've raised your value and because of that you no longer tolerate certain things that maybe you used to tolerate. But that's not just about other people. That's also within yourself, with your own shadow, with your own addictive or toxic behaviors. It's like, first of all, you cannot expect others to meet you at a level that you're not at. So if you have your own ish that you're dealing with, you cannot look upon another and expect them to be better when you yourself are not better. So it's like self-accountability as well, you know, holding yourself to a higher standard of not letting your dark side get the best of you. And when you do feel it gaining momentum or getting the best of you, then knowing when to walk away or to step away so that you don't go into that overly critical energy that comes off as arrogance. That's where the word is. That's where that came from. It comes off that way. Maybe that's how this other person perceives it. So be careful about that, because I see the shadow self wanting to kind of creep in, especially if something pisses you off. Especially if you've been suppressing anything, it may boil to the surface. So there's a heavy caution around that, Scorpio. And if they veer away from that, like, it's important to remember like how you actually feel underneath it all. Sometimes our ego will be like, oh, but I'm right. Oh, but you know, I'm justified to feel negatively. But you don't punish other people with your negative emotions, because they can't feel your emotions. Only you can. You punish yourself when you decide to go into a negative emotion, because you're the one feeling the discord of that. You're the one receiving the disalignment through that, which makes you feel terrible, right? So all the better reason to not let yourself get overstressed about something when deep down you know that you do love, right? Or you do love this person, or you do have a connection here, but easy to forget about that in moments of disalignment. So if Scorpio doesn't go into disalignment, what do they get? The Lovers. A true, genuine connection, reciprocity, vulnerability, stability, feeling like yourself. A true change in behavior is what will bring about a change in the connection. And it's not about changing another person's behavior or reactions. It's about changing self. And that's something that's really important to learn in order for relationships to have harmony. So let's see this person's most likely future outcome. They have the Chariot, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, because this person's reaching for harmony. They're reaching for movement forward, for their Ten of Cups, for their sense of peace, their sense of solace. They're looking to belong as well, like especially if this person felt outcasted or forgotten in the past, or like they didn't belong. I feel like they went through this period where they were down on their luck and needed to make some decisions from that space, of which they've self-reflected on, and now are in this space of like, okay, well, I want comfort and I want love, and I'm ready to accept that, or to reach for that, or at least try, because they're giving me the song, try, try, try again. So I feel like this person has been in that space, and now they want to go into the space of allowing and trying to see the potentials, right? So that things move forward in a way that is pleasing to them, because they have reflected on how they felt, and now they know how they feel, and they're ready to move forward from that space. It's just whether you're going to follow suit, Scorpio, because some of you, yeah, like you feel deeply, but also there's this heavy energy that seems to be following you that has the ability to really pull you down into a negative space should you overthink it, or should you let it. And maybe some of you tried to obliterate something from your heart, a past connection, or maybe something in this connection, but it's still there. So when we try to obliterate something from our energy and it still remains, that's usually because there's something still left to be done or said or experienced within that specific connection. And so it lingers. And I'm getting the term lingering feeling. Some of you, there's like this lingering feeling here. Well, actually, you don't feel like lingering. I feel strongly. Like I feel like you feel very strongly. So it's about honoring that feeling, Scorpio, and not getting hypercritical about the details, and go more into the space of allowing. So let's see what the guidance is here for you, Scorpio, for my Scorpios. Guidance. Take a moment. This person. Vulnerability. I knew that card was going to come out. Oh my gosh, this card came out for Gemini. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Gemini. Check out their reading if you are. All right, so this says, take a moment. Stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so you can ask your soul for guidance before you move forward. So again, another reminder, Scorpio, to not rush into any decisions right now, especially if you're feeling conflicted or your shadow's involved, and to wait until that passes before you move forward. This person's being encouraged towards vulnerability. It says this is confirmation you're seeking to tread into unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions will be based on intuition rather than rationality. Do not let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow negative. See, this person's had a trouble with vulnerability in the past because of their past experiences, but they're tired of being down on their luck, and they're looking now to have something to look forward to, and that requires vulnerability. So, wow, beautiful reading, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs that you might be connecting with or have in your own chart. Jesus, Virgo, not Jesus, sorry. I meant like Virgo everywhere in this, but also Gemini. Those are the two that stick out to me the most. But I have many other signs here. I also have Capricorn here. I have Leo. I have Sagittarius. Could be another Scorpio. Cancer. And Aquarian energy. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media. All of it linked in the description box, as well as the About section where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very best, Scorpio. Till next time, my friends. Namaste.